Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I'm bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe and click on notifications so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, when our original poster moves into a new house, a Choosing Beggar neighbor drops by to get the new Wi-Fi password. Let's jump right in. I keep seeing other posts about their neighbors stealing Wi-Fi, and I thought I would add mine. Mine is a bit unusual. A little background. I'm an uber geek. I've been an IT person since 1993 and have a lot of very high-end equipment I use at home. I purchase business-grade equipment often instead of consumer-grade equipment. More expensive, but it works a lot better and has some cool features. So when I moved into my last home we were renting, our landlord also ran a small business. He just had a single computer that he used very rarely for internet access. I was getting FiOS installed into the house and told him that I would set up my equipment and then instead of having to pay for DSL, which was very slow, he could just use my Wi-Fi because it would be super fast. So I proceed to get my FiOS service and then set up my 2 access points on different channels but with the same name so you can roam around the house and outside the whole yard and have great coverage. I then take my landlord's computer and connect it to my Wi-Fi, and he is just happy as happy could be. Here is where the choosing beggar comes from. As part of this, my landlord turns off his DSL and sends back the cruddy DSL router with Wi-Fi to the telephone provider. A few days later, I hear a bang 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 on my back door. I open it up and find my neighbor, aka Choosing Beggar. Me with a confused look. Hello, Choosing Beggar. Awkward silence. Hi, I wanted to know when you were going to get your internet fixed. My internet is working fine. Why are you in my backyard? Choosing Beggar looks around. I always come through the backyard here. I'm friends with your neighbor on the other side, and I always walk through the backyard as a shortcut. Doesn't matter. I cut him off. Don't walk through my backyard. My wife will get scared. I have a Great Dane that if she's in the backyard, she's not going to be happy you just walking in, and I don't want you to get hurt or her to get out. I don't care about your dog. I want to know why your internet is not working. My internet is working fine. In fact, I'm using it right now. Well, it's not working for me. At this point, it dawns on me what he's saying. I guess I was slow that day. I had thought he came over because his internet wasn't working, and he figured I knew why because mine wasn't working either. He was an older gentleman and kind of gruff with his conversational skills, but it finally dawns on me at this point. To make sure, I ask him to clarify. Are you saying your internet is not working, and are you wondering if mine isn't working also? No, my internet was working fine until a few days ago. Now, the Wi-Fi that I used to connect to isn't there anymore. But I see a really strong other Wi-Fi named blank. Ah, I see. The Wi-Fi that you used to connect to was the landlord's Wi-Fi for his business. I didn't know he gave you the password, but he no longer has that service. The only Wi-Fi left in this house is mine. I see. Well, thank you for making the Wi-Fi a lot better. I used to hardly get a signal before, but now, when I look at Wi-Fis in this area, I see a full 5 bars from your new one. That is great. I just need the new password. I'm not giving you my Wi-Fi password. You need to get your own internet service. What? You have to. I had the old Wi-Fi password. You have to give me your Wi-Fi password. No, I don't. I pay for the internet connection here. I am not giving you my Wi-Fi password. That's not fair! Flip you! I'm going to call the landlord and tell him he needs to kick you out. Have fun with that. By the way, stay out of my backyard or I'm going to let my dog out next time and call the cops. So I close the door as he's just fuming at me and watch through the window as he marches out of the backyard, back to his yard. Of course, he doesn't close the fence all the way, so I go out there in a few minutes and close it. I also pick up my phone and call my landlord to let him know what is going on. My landlord tells me he didn't even know that the neighbor was using his Wi-Fi. Anyway, the story doesn't end there. A few days later, I start getting notifications from my access points that someone is trying to break in. This is another great feature of the business class equipment that I have. It sends me a notice that a device at MAC address is trying to use a program to guess my password. Being an uber geek, my Wi-Fi password is 15 characters long with upper, lower, and numbers, so he's probably not guessing it anytime soon. Just to be on the safe side, I actually block his Mac from connecting to my access points at all, and also disable the broadcasting of the name. That weekend, I'm out in my front yard with my laptop doing some work. My neighbor sees me and starts talking to me much more friendly this time. I noticed that your Wi-Fi is no longer online. I guess that landlord made you take it down, eh? Serves you right. I look at him with a bit of a confused face because I'm working on my laptop, which obviously means I would be connected to some type of Wi-Fi, but I guess he doesn't think that way. No, it's working fine. I talked to landlord and he just laughed when I told him the story. I'm not seeing your Wi-Fi anymore, so I know you are lying. I changed it so that it's not broadcasting the name anymore. That way you don't keep trying to break into it. It was sending me emails that you were trying. Choosing Beggar splutters. That wasn't me. It probably was someone else. Anyway, you should give me your password. It's not fair that I used to use the old Wi-Fi here and now I can't use the new one. It's not fair or legal that you were stealing the Wi-Fi that used to be here. By the way, I put up a camera in my backyard just to make sure you don't try to go through there again. If I see that you have been in my backyard, I will be turning over the footage to the police, as you would be trespassing, and I will press charges. Flip you! He ended up walking back into his house while I was still in the front yard. I would run across him from time to time after that, walking on the sidewalk in front of my house to get to his friend's house on the other side, always glaring at me. I just waved and laughed. I talked to his friend one day about the whole situation, and he told me that the choosing beggar had come to him and complained I wouldn't give him my password. He told the choosing beggar to buy his own internet connection and stop being a cheapskate. Story 2 gives us a choosing beggar who turns the office into a nightmare trying to get some free Girl Scout cookies. So I work IT for a big company. Thankfully, the IT isn't going to be very relevant to the story. I work every day from 9 to 5 and I don't tend to be very involved with my coworkers. The last few weeks, my supervisor, who has a daughter in the Girl Scouts, has been trying to sell Girl Scout cookies at work. Cool, I'm not interested, but not a big deal. She's had order sheets everywhere in the office, advertised a few times, whatever, that's fine. Today was delivery day. She came in with boxes and boxes of cookies to deliver and collect cash. Of course, today is the day that the choosing beggar decides to spend an entire half hour at my supervisor's desk, talking loudly in a shrill voice. Oh wow, you have a lot of cookies. Can I eat some? Naturally, my supervisor explains that she's selling her daughter's Girl Scout cookies, and they're already pre-ordered and she only has the amount that people ordered before. All this flies straight through the beggar's ears as she repeats, "But you have so many cookies, just let me eat one." Now at this point, I get annoyed by the chatter, so I turn my music up and get back to my work. Unfortunately, that piece didn't even last a single song before the high-pitched train whistle of her voice screams through the office. "It's not fair! You have so many cookies, and you won't even let me eat one?" Bless my supervisor for being able to keep her calm. just telling the beggar that it wouldn't then be fair for the people who pre-ordered cookies for them not to get their cookies. This exchange continued for a few more tries before the beggar stomped away without any cookies. As she leaves, I hear my supervisor sigh and mutter under her breath, "Jesus Christ, Karen, how do you not understand the idea of a sale? You literally work in the marketing and sales department." This has been John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more of them, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like and share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.